guys, happy Tuesday. It is a lovely day here in Warner Robins and we're starting to get fall-like weather, so we're excited. So a couple of the people at work asked me if I would do a sour cream pound cake for them. I owed one of them a favor because the other day when I had my sugar drop, I had to leave and go to the doctor, and she assumed my care of all of these COVID-19 patients, and I left her in a mess. So I said the way I was going to make it is usually through the stomach, and I asked her what her favorite cake was, and she said sour cream pound cake. So I'm going to keep it simple for her and a couple of the cakes. Now, a couple of them, I'm going to make the loaf size because it'll be easier for me to give her her cake. Ben wanted a cake, and also a couple other people at work said, can you make me a pound cake? So I think a couple of them I'm going to make a lemon glaze that I have made before, and we're going to put powdered sugar on the top of the others. So I'm just going to take them like this in the pan to work tomorrow, and I'm not going to do anything fancy, and they can cut it themselves and serve their own cake the best way they want. So anyway, with this recipe, it's going to be between an hour and 20, an hour and a half for the time limit of baking it. Now, we normally put it in a fluted pan, but this year I'm going to do these with the individuals. So the timing might be less for me because I'm putting them in the individual loaf pans. So the first thing we do is we put the sugar and the butter together. Now the butter has to be at room temperature. We're going to have 2 sticks of butter, and we have 3 cups of sugar. Now with all the baking and the cooking we've been doing lately, I ran out of flour, eggs, and sugar. So I had to go put them on my Walmart.com list to get refilled with that, and Ben had to bring me some emergency eggs too. So I ran out of eggs too on top of it. So with all this cooking that we're doing, I'm going through my stock of all my basic ingredients pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and take my paddle off just for this. Now this has to be creamed for about 5 to 7 minutes to get a nice cream on it. And you're going to do it at a low speed. You're not going to do it at a fast speed, because faster is not better. So this is going to take 2 sticks of butter, which is a half a cup each. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine this, and then we're going to come back, and then we'll show you what we have. So I am just making sure that our ingredients are all combined. It's been about 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start putting in my first egg. We'll let that combine, and then we'll put them in slowly. We're going to put in 6 eggs into this. We got baking powder, flour, and salt in our flour combination. And then I have a cup of sour cream and 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Use in place of the 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, you can use a teaspoon of almond extract and a teaspoon of vanilla oil and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. We have quite a few eggs to put into this, so So this week, what we're doing is we're going to be making angel food cake from scratch, and we're going to also be putting a pineapple whip on top with little sliced strawberries with sugar on it on top of the angel food cake. And we're going to be making Italian beef sandwiches and cheesesteak sandwiches, as well as we're going to do oven fried potatoes, and we're also going to be doing a gratin potatoes. We're pretty excited because this time of the year is the time that everybody starts baking again, making candy, cookies, all of that. And so it's pretty awesome. Look at this. This is so pretty. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start putting in my flour. Now this flour was pre-sifted. You can use cake flour also, but the cake flour really doesn't hold up well in a pound cake because it makes the cake too tender, and your pound cake has to stand up. It needs a little bit of firmness, so that's why it has this name, pound cake. So it has to stand up to all right, we're gonna stir this slowly. So I'm going to just put in a little bit of my sour cream. And I'm just going to pour in a little bit of my vanilla. Now you can add in, like I said, nutmeg. You can do almond extract. You can do vanilla extract. I wouldn't recommend putting almond extract in only. I would recommend doing half and half. Half vanilla, half almond, because you don't want it to be overpowering with the almond taste. You just have to take these recipes and just make them your own. If you make it a different way, you can add some things here and there just to kind of mix it up a little bit. But take ownership in your recipes. You use something, it works for you, continue to use it. You can always add something in to add a little flair, a different flair. All right. Start doling out my batter into my pans. I have my oven set at 325, and it's going to, I'm going to have to kind of watch it though, because my oven is completely different from my sister's, and these are also in the small loaf pans, not in a fluted pan, so it might not take as long. But the average time for a fluted pan is going to be between an hour and 20 minutes and an hour and a half at 325. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to set it in the oven, get it ready to go. Okay guys, so this is my glaze that I am going to be putting on top of my sour cream pound cake. So I'm just going to pour it over top of it and let it drip off, and then I'm going to put it back into the pan when I'm done and let it harden up. This is a lemon glaze, by the way. So what I did was I took about 3 cups of confectionery sugar and added in 1/4 cup of lemon juice and 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm just going to let this sit there and go ahead and harden up. And then what I'll do is put it back into its container so I can take it to work tomorrow to share with my coworkers. Hi, I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie with Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
We thank you for visiting our page.